Well, the Stellar Blade demo is out, and all the typical people are extraordinarily upset by it, except there's been several hilarious instant regret moments from outlets like IGN, which, as of course we all know, you can't spell ignorant without IGN, and other various gaming journalists that have a major problem with the female form. Now, of course, the game has to be good. This is one thing I've talked about. There's a demo that just came out. Normally, I'm a big fan of demos, but I don't like them because sometimes they spoil the game for me. You know what I mean? Like I didn't play the Final Fantasy demo. I think demos are overall good. I just don't like playing them because I don't like to get spoiled on the game's beginning and then have to wait another 2 months to play it more. But the demo is out, and predictably, everybody's having a complete meltdown about it. And IGN Games journalists thought that they'd have a hot take that completely backfired. We're going to get into that after a super quick word from this video sponsor. I'm really excited to have Tiege Hanley as the sponsor for today's video. Tiege Hanley simplifies the process of taking care of your skin. They provide you with all the products that you need and nothing that you don't. Seriously, I still don't think some of you believe me when I tell you how much implementing a quality skincare routine will improve your confidence in all aspects of your life. And fellas, seriously, give it a try. I recommend you start with their Level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20, and a PM moisturizer. And they make it dead simple for guys like us. They provide an instruction card in every box that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. Believe me, I look at that every time. It definitely comes in clutch. Skincare wasn't something I took seriously. I mean, I used the same bar of soap for my entire body till recently. I wish I would have started sooner. But you don't have to take my word for it because they have over 7,000 5-star reviews from customers around the globe. This isn't something you can put off because prevention is key. Get ahead of any signs of aging now. Your future self will thank you. And because Tiege is sponsoring this video, they're offering you an amazing deal. Just click the link in the description or pinned comment below to get 30% off your first skincare system and a free gift. Plus, as a member, you'll save 20% off for life. By the way, both gifts you're choosing are from a $20 value and complete game changers: a silicone body scrubber or a nail and face grooming kit. Personally, I prefer the body scrubber, but you can pick out whichever you like. Don't wait any longer. Click the link in the description to start your skincare journey today. Let's start out with IGN, who originally covered the game, the game's demo, referring to basically this woman couldn't possibly exist, only to find out that is a real, actual model of a real human being. It was one of the most hilarious backfires I've seen in games journalism in my entire life. IGN France getting roasted for saying Stellar Blade's Eve, who's the main protagonist, is just a spicified doll for people who act like they've never seen a woman. And they added context about, quote, the English-speaking mob who Google translated it. What? What? What's hilarious about this is it's a real person. IGN calls Stellar Blade protagonist a spicified doll and says that the creator has never seen a real woman. The not real doll is the creator's wife and an artist on the team. Oopsies. Now, I don't know if this game's going to be out for PC. I know it's on PS5. I happen to be one of the goofballs that bought a PlayStation 5 because he wanted to play Final Fantasy, and there hasn't been a lot of other exclusive to come out for it. But this is one that I'm looking forward to. IGN writes, it's not new. The other games I've chosen to highlight the strength are of their female characters, but where Bayonetta stands out with an iconic character design, or 2B from Nier Automata, I'm probably mispronouncing that. By the way, I remember they're pretending that people didn't get upset about those characters. They did. IGN employees have never been with a beautiful woman, and that's why it's not realistic to them. Stay mad, IGN. Meanwhile, we're going to play a fantastic Souls-like game. IGN is lame. 7,000 like. It's almost like they have a vendetta against attractive people and use politics to justify it. Well, that's exactly what they do. I think that's their point. Do they talk about if the game's actually good or not? Western journalists need to realize that the rest of the world doesn't care about their woke definition of what a beautiful woman is. Also, before obesity became the norm in America, women with fit, quote, unrealistic figures were common sight. I mean, this is the same outlet, by the way, that had a problem with Resident Evil because it took place in Africa and that there were black people in it, and they didn't like that. Or they were, they were evil, there were bad black people in it, like bad guys. I mean, it's like these outlets can only exist when they generate rage bait. Why does it look like she's made of jello? This stuff sucks. Jiggle physics are fine, but at least make them look realistic. And you see, you're valid, you belong, you're seen, you're promoting this. A digital woman can stop scaring you now. The following image reflects an entity triggered, and I applaud your bravery in joining them. I mean, like the people are pretending like that they're not just outraged. Look at how ugly all of the women characters are in modern video game AAA games. They're purposely made to look ambiguous, I think. Most of the female leads in these characters from Ubisoft or from any of these AAA game studios, they all look like men. Square jaws, broad shoulders, no curves, loose fitting clothes, and that's all fine. But at least pretend that you care. Of course, Reset Air is also having a meltdown over the game. You see this, I live alone. Ooh, that's something to say. And I'd still be embarrassed to have this on my TV. That intro sequence is so effing bad. It's just so many elements of fetishistic, infantile nonsense. What the heck is with that slow motion? It's sad. I guess that's what it comes down to. There's really talented people working really hard to make a game that glorifies a flagrantly misogynistic depiction of its cast. It's just that, what is it that folks like this are always saying to us? If the game's not for you, if I remember right, isn't that what they're always saying? The game's not for you. Don't like it, don't play it. Isn't that? I'm pretty sure that's what they're always saying. The game's not for you. Don't play it then. If you're offended by it, then don't buy it and don't play it. Now, I don't know how this game's going to sell because I honestly am not up to date on kind of the console battle. Obviously I remember when the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S came out, I was like, okay, it's going to come down to, Xbox has Game Pass, which has only gotten better. PlayStation 5 has Final Fantasy. Now there are more games on the PS5, but I don't know what the, market penetration is of the PS5. Obviously, Stellar Blade will probably be a global success. It'll be interesting to see, remember the big uproar about Harry Potter, right? Well, that game sold tens of millions of copies. Will Stellar Blade? I don't know. Agreed. I tend to be ambivalent with spicy character designs in games, but everything about Stellar Blade is just beyond embarrassing and gross. Kind of hate how it's Sony funded and published. I feel like it wouldn't be getting anywhere near as much attention as it is if it wasn't. Yeah, right. If this game was on Steam, it would be mega popular. You're joking, right? You see this? I want to believe that Sony was fulfilling a contract that they won't work up with Shift Up again after it comes out that they were misogynistic developer who punish women for working for them, for supporting women's rights. But unfortunately, we all know they probably don't care. Wow, just wow. This is so much more ridiculous and worse than I even thought the game would go for. What? I don't even understand. Imagine being this upset. I don't understand. Again, these are the same people that keep telling us, don't like it, don't play it. You see this? Fans defend Stellar Blade director after controversy around Eve's body that is based on an actual Korean model. So much for those unrealistic, so much for those unrealistic all those unrealistic beauty standards. I mean, this is an actual real person, you know? An actual real person. You see this Team Ninja Studio community manager versus I Hate Gamers. You see Super Ninja. I saw this reposted by Ninja. Curious if DOA would ever do this. You know, and then you have, oh, I hate gamers. Ew. Asian and white, aka white adjacent. I'm happy and proud to announce that I've joined the amazing team at Compulsion Games. I hate gamers, TM. I mean, it's so funny. Laughable. IGN revises history, pretends SJWs never trashed Bayonetta or Nier Automata. I don't know if I'm probably mispronouncing that. I remember the game having a hot chick character, though. For being over spicy, just so they can go after Stellar Blade's Eve with the racist trope of calling Asian women over spicified dolls. Oops. The real, like, monsters always tend to show themselves, don't they? They show exactly, literally the model. I mean, this whole thing, again, if Seamus were created today, she would get the same reaction as Stellar Blade. She's hot, and you get to see her in a bikini. Therefore, she would be immediately recognized as anti-woke for Gamer's character. Only SJWs would whine about her. They already did. Of course, we have Anita Snarkeesian. Now, of course, Stellar Blade reviews are not out yet, and that's why people should buy the game if the game is good. And, you know, ultimately, for me, that's all that matters. Is the game good? Then you buy it. You know, there's an endless sea of hot chicks you can look at on the internet. It's whether or not the game's actually any good. But all the faux outrage has been absolutely hilarious to watch backfire. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.